All right. Mac, my brother. Um, this movie was awesome. You know me, I'm a hopeless romantic, so
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Especially from Yootha and from Kofi, the authenticity was there. And I know me and you spent a lot of time in DC. And I
Mm,
love the way that the film really encompasses authentic Black love in the chocolate city. Even had, the TB band playing. You had mentions of Gold Link. It was so
nope.
authentic to me. And another thing that was super authentic was seeing you love on your character. Personally, I've seen you love on your amazing Black queen. Just saw it with my own two eyes. But tell me, how did you bring that authenticity to your on-screen character?
I think there's whenever you're starting to build a character, uh, one of the first things that I try to do is I try to see the people that I'm playing with, right? And not just see, on paper and see who they are, but actually kind of be around them, see who they are, so that I can actually in real time see where my character kind of would live in the ether of everybody's egos, personalities, et cetera, et cetera.
Gotcha.
So at the time, because Nick is the owner of this, this downtown, this like low key DC spot that does go-go's and all of that stuff. At the time, me being the kid who grew up in DC and in Baltimore, I was the one showing Yootha, uh, uh, Jade, Kofi. I was the one showing them around. We were going to get food. I was showing them the clubs, different this, that, and the third. Like I was the one who was kind of in the skin of Nick at the
Okay.
time. So the authenticity came from just actually living
Being
the
there
actual
before.
experience of
Mhm.
who the character is, being able to kind of build these relationships with each one of them and really see them for who they are, so that when we get on screen, it's not fake. It's not like we're playing something, we're actually being the characters.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Like I said, you're like a brother to me, but you being in that spot and being like kind of like a local tour guide kind of brought that on camera perfectly. Couldn't complain about that. Um, Kofi and Yootha, they talked, and I know we've talked about this a lot. There's a scene that I appreciated in the movie just about being good enough.
Mm,
And I know, especially in creative fields, we've talked about this. A lot of times, family doesn't understand. A lot of times, your friends don't understand where your creative process is going. And in turn, you kind of get judged and looked down upon, and kind of the question remains, what are you doing? What are you doing with life? What are you doing with career, so on and so forth. As someone I know who personally has went through that, how did you overcome that? Because I love seeing both Yootha and Kofi's characters overcome that in the film. And it's a hard thing, especially being
yeah.
Black in the creative space.
it,
But personally, tell me how you overcame that.
it's I think one part of it is you got to have an amazing team around you. You got to have those times that you're down, those times that you can't, you don't feel it, those times that you don't, it's clicking the way that it usually does. You got to have that support squad. You got to have that team that you can kind of lean back on, and that'll help. That won't let you
Yeah.
fall. You can fall back, but they won't let you fall. They won't let you hit the floor.
Mhm.
So that's one. And then two, I think a lot of times you have to really, you have to really choose every day to not stay there. It's
Mhm.
so easy to just sit in one place. It's so easy to just say, forget about it, not think about it or whatever. But you gotta, every day you have to make the choice. Like, I can't sit here. Even if it's just getting up and writing, just free writing if you're a writer, or if you're a rapper, writing a few, just like a verse or something, like doing something to kind of, kickstart the engine and
Right.
just get everything flowing. You have to make the choice.